welcome to the Spirit Essence Show. I'm your hostess with the mostest, Tara Diana. I'm an empowerment medium, and this is the show where I bring two spiritual practitioners to the table and we throw a topic at them so that we can have a heartwarming and positive conversation about spiritual, metaphysical, whatever it is. And I am super excited. This is the first one of January, like 2025. So we are here for it. And I want to introduce my two guests. First, I'd like to introduce to you all Jenny Oney. She is an intuitive soul guide. I love that. I love anything to do with intuitive soul and guide because that all flows. And I want to introduce our own spirit Essence Collective energy practitioner, Harbinder Pooni. Thank you guys for coming to my table, to the show. Super excited to have you here. Now, I'm watching everyone's faces because this is where I throw a topic at you. But first, Jenny, I would love, love, love to have you introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about the work that you do, baby. What's your jam? How do you jive?
Sure. So I'm very much into the intuitive field, and it's not just one field. I found myself gathering all sorts of divination tools and really enjoying a lot of them. So I will work with cards. I will work with numerology, um, charm casting. I even do some writing, similar to automatic writing. Oh, there's so many facets of divination that I'm interested in, but truly right now the charms are pulling me very much so. So I've been doing charm casting a lot and getting really good feedback from people. So I'm continuing focusing on that right now. It's really hard to just focus on one thing for me, but sometimes when you're doing a reading, you can also pull in information from a card,
Oh,
a
absolutely.
number. It all kind of goes together. Someone said to me once, you could just write a prescription. Here's what I need to tell you. Here's what I'm hearing from you, and here's what I'm hearing from the spirits, the universe, and the divination tools. So it's a conglomeration of many aspects, and I think that sums it up pretty well. My intention is to try and be a conduit for messages that are meaningful in whatever way I can do that, and to help people look inside, maybe reveal things that they weren't even aware of that they have inside, feelings, thoughts, ideas. The world is your oyster. So it's just a time to center and really get some good messages, no matter what tools you would use.
Okay, I love that because as an empowerment medium, I've done this work for 23 plus years. I've been like, I'm an intuitive medium. I am a trance medium. if you throw a word in front of mediumship, I do it because it's a natural thing for me. But we go with empowerment medium because my goal and my personality and my whole essence is to help people move forward. The
Right.
past and that's cool, but I want you to feel present and able to move forward now. So I also love the thing about charms, like anything glittery and anything like that. And I don't know what your charms are like, baby, but anything that kind of calls attention. See? See? I
I always
love
have a
that.
little palette nearby if I need them.
I love that. So that is super cool. So welcome to the space. Can't we
Thank
wait to
you.
hear what you think about the topic when I throw it out there? But let's just, hey, Binder, how goes it, friend? You're on mute, lovey.
I'm great. Awesome.
Awesome. Harbinder, you've been in my world for quite a few years now. We've been doing work together on a whole scale of things. We belong to the First United Spirituals Church in Vancouver, British Columbia together. And you are even on the board, bless your soul. So, Harbinder, tell the audience, the people who maybe don't know you, haven't followed you on my realm yet, what you do, sweetheart. What is it that is your jam?
Well, I just like Jenny, I've been very intuitive and I have a very strong sense of perception when I was young, but I never really understood what was going on from where I am from. And when I came here and met you and then met everyone else, it kind of guided me along the way as well. And um, I never um, thought I was capable of doing this as well. But even though it's there, right? And so I started off, yeah, I was going through a lot. I think it's funny how that, a lot of people who I kind of noticed this too, besides myself, went through a lot of stress or anxiety and depression and stuff like that. And it's like, to me, it's like it's fighting. I started realizing I was fighting like the physical world and the spiritual world was like clashing. And I didn't know a lot of things until I've gone through all the courses and just like Jenny was saying, taking all these modalities, did Reiki 1 and 2. I did spiritual healing, and then after that, Terasakim with Neville Kim Singh as well. But I come to a realization that besides doing a bit of mediumship at first at the church,
Mm-hmm.
FUSC with Deborah White, I literally blew myself away. I just like, did I do that? Like I sound like that. Did I do that? That comic comedian. And yeah, and then I started concentrating more towards healing first as well
What do you do
because
now, Harbinder? Like, how do you help people now when you're being of service? What is your goal and the modality you're using the most now?
that's the funny thing though, because even though by name everyone wants to hear that, oh, what do you do? Right? And um it's how do you want to say, like, you have to give a name to something. You always have, because it's a human thing, right?
True.
So I realized that, you know what, it's just like the Chinese qigong or tai chi or any even in Asia, in India, we all know about energies, like the positive and the negative energy and the balance. It has to work together. And what I do is I draw Mother Earth's energy, Earth
Okay.
as it is the physical side of it. I draw the energies from divine God, loving energy, and also the universal energy around us as well. So whatever that helps, I can bring in and be the conduit to bringing this energy and bring that balance to whoever wants it as well, and then find the balance in those people.
That's it. That's what I wanted you to say.
Yeah,
In the most convoluted way you needed to say it, baby, you got it out there. That's what I
yeah.
want to hear. Harbinder is one of the purest energy sources I've come across in all the years I've done this work, and I've read all over the world. I have a ton of experience with other practitioners, and I love, love, love what Harbinder brings. Plus, he's got this. One of the things I really find, and Jenny and Harbinder, I would love your quick feedback on this though, is that when you have personality with the work that you do, you connect with people just at a really easier rate. You know what I mean? People are more drawn to you. And I mean, that makes common sense. But Harbinder, again, he's funny. You have just this brilliant kind of nature. I'm like the bull in the china shop, right? I come in and I'm like, okay, clear way. Tara's coming through because
Yeah,
I'm,
you scared the shit out of me.
yeah,
So
in a good way, right? So
yeah,
you guys agree with that? That whole thought process of, when you have a bit of personality to the work you do, you can be the best reader and best reading
Absolutely.
worker
Mhm.
and have, not the ability to connect with people. And then once they connect with you, they're like, oh, that was amazing.
Mhm.
But getting them to that space, that energy is really important.
Yeah, if you're authentic, I think that comes out. If you are authentic, then it just makes a flow
I
for
agree.
trust and yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
and I think when people come up to me and say, "Oh my God, something that was amazing" or whatever, and then I go, "Oh, I take the what is it
The
called,
accolade?
accolades, yeah," and but then I just don't feel like it's just me. It's
Because it's not,
Yeah,
baby.
it's not me. It's just not just me, but it's my guides and guardians and
Okay, so
yeah.
that leads into the topic. Ready for me to throw the topic at you? Then we have about 15 minutes or so to chat about it. The topic is, do you believe in spirit guides? Do you believe in spirit guides? And let's go a little bit deeper with that. As I've mentioned, been around the spiritual metaphysical block a few times, okay? And I find it very interesting. I have a full spirit team. I endorse learning how to work with your spirit team. I wholeheartedly believe that We all have a spirit team, whether we want to recognize it or not, that works with us. But I have come across in my many years doing this work, people who are like, nope, nope, no spirit guides, no spirit guides. And I'm always floored by that. I don't judge anyone on that, but I am floored by that because I'm so immersed in that philosophy, and I know who my guides are and I work with them. So spirit guides, do you guys work with them?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So you believe in them. They do
Yep.
exist. Do we believe that everyone has them?
Yes.
I would think so. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a philosophy to some. It is a thought that I think some people don't want to give up that control. The
Yeah.
idea, so when people have come to me, and I'm thinking about someone, she's passed over, she's been gone for many, many years, and she was one of the first people I sat with. So you can imagine how long ago this was. And she was like, no, I don't have any guides, it's just me and creator. Period. It's just me and creator. And I sat with that and I was like, there's so much more. But she did, I mean, she was a healer, she was an energy worker. I everyone knows how I feel about the word healing. But she really felt that it was just her and spirit. And you know, that's that's not wrong.
Right. Yeah.
But
Yeah. It's tricky, I think, because of the words. Um, because I can't even get the words to describe. You have a spirit guide, you have, an omnipresent feeling, a person, whatever your belief is, there's so much there. But I think it's so hard for me to say this succinctly. I think it's what resonates with you. I know for myself, I couldn't do what I do if I didn't rely on or feel like I can have a relationship with what I call my spirit guides.
exactly. That's exactly how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly how I feel. Harbinder, let me ask you super quick. Jenny, stay with me, baby. But let me ask you
Yeah.
super quick, Harbinder, do you have a quote unquote healing guide?
Yeah, I do, but it keeps there is one particular one,
Yes?
and but then I come to realization that they keep changing around too.
Excellent, excellent.
Yeah,
So you know that your spirit guide, whatever capacity, so your healer, your energy worker, your master teacher, well, the master teachers really change in my view, but they do, as you expand, they expand.
yeah,
They
yeah,
change. We
yeah.
agree with that?
Yes.
Yes.
And then even though the person you're healing doesn't realize that they have their own healing guides or whoever, and
So are
those
you
are the where the
connecting to
support
their
comes.
guides?
Yeah,
Binder, are you
yeah,
connecting to their guides when you're doing the,
yeah,
yeah, fair
yeah,
enough. Fair
yeah.
enough.
And besides my own posse, yeah, I mean, yeah, we all have our own posses too. But yeah,
Right? So let me ask you this. When you guys are doing any kind of reading, now mediumship for me is the foundation of all metaphysical and spiritual work. You have to be able to connect to a higher source, whether it's universal energy, whether it is the God of your understanding, whatever it is. You have to be, that's mediumship. You have to be the conduit. There's
Yes.
nothing, and I say this with great love and respect for all the workers, but we aren't special. Everyone is a psychic and everyone is a medium. What allows us to be good at what we do is our pure ability to connect to source. That's my personal opinion. It's my humble opinion, but it's my personal opinion. So, when you're going and you're doing this work with other people, do you talk about my guides connecting to your guide, who's connecting to you, then back to me? Do you talk about that? Do you give them the understanding of guides, or do you just do your work?
I have to say both. I just if I can't if I feel a connection with the person, I might go into more detail. But I would definitely say, center and keep your thoughts in mind, what you're thinking about, what's important to you. I'm going to do the same and connect to your energy. But I, in my mind, are talking to my spirit guides and asking them to connect with this person. However, sometimes I will say it. It's just the level of comfortableness, I think,
Mhm.
or it's a feeling I get, well, this is a good, I just call it as I see it. But I'm
Perfect.
always asking my spirit guides to connect with them. And I say it in different ways, I think is what I'm trying to get across. If that makes sense. But
Absolutely.
I have my spirit guides and they guide me like crazy because I will go through periods of time where, what am I doing? And then I say, I can't do this without you. I need you to be there, or and I also have to trust them. So we've had to come to an agreement of, you've got me, right? And now it's more like, I know you've got me, I can do this.
I
So
love
it's that,
that.
yeah, yeah.
I
But
love that.
how that comes across to the person, it would be not always, I don't always say the same thing, I think.
No, no, of
Yeah,
course, because every situation's different. Harbinder,
yeah.
what would you do, Boo Boo? What would you do if, I was talking about this individual who's like, no, I don't have a spirit team. I don't have a team. It's just me and spirit, and or me and creator, God, source, whatever. And you were about to do some energy work with this person. I'm going to throw this question out there. Do you still connect to their guides?
Yes.
Ah,
I mean,
yes,
yeah.
baby. That's the
Yes,
answer I
it's
wanted.
definitely. I mean, it is because you know what? No matter what, because we all know that energy is all around us. We are energy, right?
Yes,
Every cell in our body, every tissue, every whatever,
for sure.
anything, it's all energy, right? And so even quantum physics, people are
Oh
scientists.
God, don't do
Yeah,
quantum physics with
I
me,
know, but
baby.
I'm just saying, like, physics as well, like physicians, they also have already admitted the fact that there are things that they cannot even explain,
Of course,
right?
of
Yeah.
course, of course, of course.
So this is what I'm saying is that, energy flows where it needs to go. Like I think you always used to say that too.
I did.
So yeah. And so and I believe the fact that, no matter what, how hard you can be, maybe you might disagree or whatever the case is, it's there.
Mm-hmm.
It is there. You cannot deny the fact that it's there. There are times when I do tell a story about what happened to me as well. I'm thinking that I'm all alone, blah 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 blah, and then,
Blah blah blah.
yeah, all that stuff, putting myself down and stuff like that when I was going through, and all of a sudden my cousin told me about this medium, so I went to see her, and then after seeing her, the last card I picked that she asked me to pick at the end of the session was breathe. So I go, okay, breathe, right? So breath, right? And then I went back. I went to get the crystal that she told me to get, like a crystal. And then I was in the shop for about an hour or so. That was a bit of a walk. Came back, sat in the car, and I got the music station to the Christian channel, right? So
Oh,
it's
bless
like,
you.
yeah, it's just I just need to hear I just listen to the words, right? I like to hear the words. So yeah, and then when I started the car, the song was Just Breathe. So that was just a icing, not let's say icing on the cake,
For
if you want to
sure.
say it. I know a nail in the yeah, and he hit me, and I just couldn't believe it. One and
Yeah.
a half hours later, that song is there, and I
I love
knew
it.
that they were there for me as well. That I am
So
not alone. Yeah.
exactly.
Exactly.
So what you're saying, and Jenny, tell me if you agree with this, is that it doesn't matter what your client or whoever you're working with belief structure is, you
Right.
know that your guides are going to connect to their guides, whether they believe in their
Yeah.
guides or not.
Right. It totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
Said
really
that really well. I have full confidence in it, and I don't go into questions. I don't like to do that. Like, do you believe? Do you have spirit guide? I
no,
don't.
that
I'm
opens
just
a whole
like,
box of it.
yeah, I just call it energy, and I say, could you focus on your thoughts and what's important to you? Maybe what you'd like me to help you with, or anything on your mind, and I'll connect with your energy. Or, but there, I love how you talked about like a synchronicity, because it's that's where, if I'm getting those synchronicities like you mentioned, then I know I'm on the right path. And so it I feel like I'm I know that I'm okay with doing what I'm doing. I'm getting a little tongue tied. I'm just thinking of situations where I have asked a few questions like, do you want to do this? And the more you ask the person, the longer or the harder it is to just go on your path, go how the spirits work for you and
That's true. That's
your
true.
connection.
So if you are trusting your spirit team to work with their spirit team, it really doesn't matter what they believe. We're not here
Mhm.
to convince anyone
No.
that they have a spirit team.
Yeah.
Most people actually embrace it if you're like, okay, I'm connecting to your team, and they'll be like, okay, connect to my team. I didn't know I had a team, but I'm all here for the team,
Yeah.
right? So it doesn't really matter if others believe they have, whether they're practitioners or whether they have or clients, it doesn't matter to them. But in the end, I fully believe that everyone should, at some point in their lives, when they are capable and ready to accept it, I believe there's a purpose in learning how to connect with your guides and how they can help you. I also feel that you have to be at a certain place in your mindset when it comes to spirituality, that you're not, when you talk about a protector guide, right? That someone doesn't think that that guide is, they can walk out in front of a car and not get smushed. Let's all talk about this for just a moment. Please do not walk in front of a car and think that your protector guide is going to protect you, because that is not how this works.
Right.
Just
Right.
saying, everyone. Disclaimer
Right.
or trigger warning. Don't go out and throw yourself in front of a truck to test this.
Right.
But I do believe wholeheartedly in a purpose, that each guide has a purpose, and that's why they change. And not
Mhm.
all of them change. Not all of them change. I have had a guide that has stayed with me and amalgamated. I always say that Tony ate up the rest of my guides, except for my master teacher, which is Kuan Yin. I trans-channel Kuan Yin and Isabel. Tony took in everyone. I don't know what he started off as my mediumship guide. He allows me to be the perfect conduit for spirit as needed in the way I can do the work. And then he became my end all be all. So we all believe guides change. We discussed that already.
Yeah.
And we
I
all,
think I have a major feeling of one guide because, and I'm getting goosebumps, and that means I've hit the nail on the head, so to speak. But
hmm,
and that guide has a lot of humor, and I think that that's meant for me because I have to have humor, and
hmm.
so that makes me relax and I realize, okay, you're there, you've got my back. And I love the sense of humor so much that I can get pretty much in my head with these things. And I like the fact that my spirit guides are like, relax, we've got this. A calming influence for me as an intuitive. I think I'm in that stage of gaining my confidence, and they're huge in that respect. So I appreciate that one feeling, the one guide. Um, I have a picture in my head what she looks like, and she's
Mhm.
sassy, and I love her to pieces. And it just makes me enjoy my
It's me.
readings
No,
even more. It could be.
I'm just kidding because I am sassy. I love that though, because it really does allow that connection. It makes things work easier for you. Harbinder, I think you've been doing the work more outwardly, I guess. I'm not going to say professionally, but more outwardly, a little bit less time than Jenny and I have. And I'm curious about your master teacher. Now, I truly believe that master teachers do not just show up and smack you in the face when you start this work. You have to work your way up to that energy and that vibe. That is my belief structure, and I'll fight anyone on it, but that's my belief structure. Um, how do you feel your guides are with you at this point in your spiritual journey? Do you feel like you are solid with them? Do you feel like this is, an understanding that is rootedly, that's not even a word, deeply rooted in you?
Well, the funny thing is that uh, even when I joke around my name, right? Been there, done that, been there. Right?
Yeah.
It's I keep going towards my heart, following my heart and stuff like that. It's just like your little goddess right here with a
It
heart.
is my
So
little goddess. Look at her
yeah,
sitting
so
on that.
yeah, so and the thing is, I feel that you know um Where was the question? See, I got this sidetracked now. Okay, so my guide, right? So basically, the first guide I had connection was actually my grandmother. I did not know she was in my I did not know until later on that she was also actually mini mystic.
Okay, let's talk for a second, Harbinder.
Yeah,
Thought process on this. Okay, you're telling me that that you consider your grandmother one of your guides, your
yeah,
spirit guides. Am I correct with this, boo boo?
yeah,
Okay, I do not believe that family has been over long enough, and this is my belief structure, to
yeah,
be a guide. So all the guides that I have all walked the earth, but have been gone for a very, 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 very long time.
yeah.
They have not reincarnated, they have not come back. So I love this that you brought this up. So
Okay.
your belief structure, your
Yeah,
grandmother is your spirit guide. I
yeah,
am not saying that's wrong, baby. I'm not saying that's wrong. We talked about this. You do you, I'll do me. This is
yeah.
my perception of how I work with spirit. This is what spirit's giving me. Okay. You feel your grandmother is a spirit guide. In what capacity?
Well, it's because she guided me. She came through. She was the first one that came through saying that she's gonna help me healings through my hands.
Excellent.
I was
That's what I
like,
wanted to hear you say. So she guided you to the hands-on healing.
yeah, the first, yeah, that's why I think, yeah, maybe that's why the words
No,
that you're
don't
saying,
change your mindset just
no,
because
no, no,
Boo
no,
Tara has come
no,
through
no,
and opened her mouth.
yeah, no, what I was trying to say is just like, you're saying that the word healing, right?
Oh
If I'm
yeah,
capable to heal someone, then done, I'm completely healed. I'm
yeah.
like Superman, Superwoman, whatever, right?
I'm
So,
canceling the whole healing word.
yeah, yeah. So I prefer to call it balance,
Yes,
right?
I like that.
Or now you got, I got you hooked on manipulation of the energies.
And you know what? When you first said that, baby, I was like, manipulating energy. Who the? Well, we're not talking about manipulate. But then the more I sat with it, the more I'm like, that's exactly what we do. We
Yeah,
come in there and we manipulate the energy. So
yeah,
why
it's
am I
shifting,
giving a
shifting.
nasty
Yeah,
feel to a word that's just a word? And we
yeah,
all know how I feel about power words, right?
yeah.
I'm like, don't tell me I can't use the word control. If I want control, I'm going to be in control. Don't tell me need is a bad word. Need is not a bad word. But Harbinder, I want to jump over to Jenny really quick before we
Yeah, yeah.
all this and just say, Jenny, what's your feeling, baby, on whether spirit guides, the ones that work with us in specific ways, such as, and there is 1,000 guides, and there is not an angel guide helping or a parking guide helping you to find your parking spot. You're just a really good manifester. Come at me if you wanna. But Jenny, I want to ask you, what is your feeling about that? Do you believe that our loved ones are spirit guides in the
Mhm.
term of chemists and master teachers and protectors, etc., etc.? This is a rabbit hole we should have gone down much earlier, but
Yeah, I have a thing with labels in a way
Mhm.
because I can't believe, Herbinder, you mentioned your grandma because I have right here her picture. She is my she is what yeah, she's definitely a guide of some kind. But she was a guide when she was with us on earth, but she still is. So there's that energy of her. And I do call on it all the time. So I don't know. I can't say to you that she's not a guide. It's the words. Does that
exactly.
make
So
sense?
I
may I
think
expand just a little?
sorry, we
Oh, go
distinguish
ahead.
it as the levels, like the energy levels and
Yes,
guides have different levels too, right?
that's how I
Absolutely.
Yeah,
know
they
you.
can be just
That's
a
how I
subtle
know.
guide, just like saying, "Hey, you need to do this," and then done.
Yeah.
Or the other
Right.
Well,
ones
we
are
never
the
tell
ones that,
anyone they need to do anything,
oh yeah,
but
yeah, I know. But I mean, I'm
but
just saying, yeah,
I see what you say. It's like the
yeah,
role, their
the
role
role,
yes,
yeah,
is that energy connection, is that, and I'm getting goosebumps again. So it's that specific intuition pulling, gathering kind of a feel. Whereas my grandma is more like my confidence, my soul, you got this, girl. It's like a soul guide.
yes.
Something.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Our loved ones can move us, and this is what I'm going to end our conversation on. Our loved ones that are on the other side can definitely come and give us support. They can help us see things differently.
protection, yeah,
They can be a part of our journey, and they absolutely are. I feel that there are higher vibrational beings that come and choose us to work with for whatever reason, and we don't need to know it, to help guide us in our own spiritual work. Our loved ones are there to support us in our humanness. And if they come through and they do a little bit of help with us in our spiritual journey, that's just a bonus. And I'm going to leave it at that kind of space. Let people think about it. You know, how does that resonate with you? Do you know who your guides are, babies? You know, come and join Empowering Intuitive Souls. It's a private Facebook group. Harbinder will be in there. Hopefully Jenny will come and join.
Yes.
And it is a group where we have these kinds of conversations. So, Jenny, before we go, how do people find you?
Oh, so I have a website, jennyoney.com. You can communicate with me through that. I'm still working on other presences and other social medias. I can say that would probably be the easiest. Just go to jennyoney.com because there's a contact me right through that. So.
And we'll have the connections down below. My team are amazing. Harbinder, I know how people can find you. They can find you through Empowering Intuitive Souls. They can find you under the collective on the website, www.spiritessencebytaradiana.com. And of course, everyone, you can find me in all my platforms. They're all under TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and oh my goodness, Instagram. Oh, throw it out there. I'm on it. It's all under Spirit Essence by Tara Diana. I can't wait for you guys to come back and visit us. Subscribe now so you get the next little ding, 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 when I come up again with the next conversation. Jenny and Harbinder, my heart to yours. So grateful that you
Thank you.
Yeah, blessings of love and light to all.
Nice to be with both of you.
Thank you so much, guys. We shall chat again. Bye, everyone.